Hello you lovely people, this is me the Bombay Chef Varun Inamdar and welcome to Get Curried. While talking about getting curried, allow me to introduce you to my new series called the Curry World, where I'm going to show you curries from different parts of the world. Well, what comes to your mind when you think of a curry? It's a meat or a protein combined with some vegetables with a rich or a thin stew-like curry, right? Well, today's curry is all of that yet different. Today's curry is a Donburi style curry, which is a Japanese katsu curry. Let's begin. What is a Donburi? Donburi is basically the dish in which the recipe is served, and it's also the name of the recipe. It's basically an oversized large platter which has some fluffy rice, it has some meat, some gravy, some vegetables, often some miso soup and a little bit of a salad. Now to begin with the Donburi, the first thing is to make the curry. Let's begin with that. Now this is a Japanese style curry which is often very rich and is thickened with roux. A very French style of cooking, but we'll reach there. On high flame, let's add in butter. And to this, I'm going to add in white onions. Now I had tiny onions, so I've quartered them. If you have large ones, you can also cut these into dices. Let the onions slightly get sauteed. Now this, like I said, is a very typical French style stew. You need to slow cook it. You don't need to wait for the butter to melt, for the onions to really kind of get cooking, but just a little bit of sauteing here and there, and you add in some grated ginger, fresh. Well, again, not too much of it, just little for that subtle flavor. Let's toss this a few times and let's add in some root vegetables. Beginning with carrots. Well, I could lay my hands on baby carrots. In your case, you can also add in carrots, peeled and diced. Potatoes. A quick few tosses. And immediately with this, I'm going to add in refined flour. Just sprinkle this like so. And allow the vegetables to start getting rolled in this flour. Well, what will happen eventually is that the flour at the bottom side will start turning golden brown in color. The moment you flip the vegetables, the other side will become golden brown, and that's where you get that nice silken velvety sauce. Let's stir this. Once the flour gets that nutty aroma, time to add in some spices. Now the only spice ideally that goes in this recipe is a curry powder. The quintessential curry powder from Madras, which is the Madras curry powder. In case you do not have that, I'm showing you a quick take. What you need to do is add in coriander seed powder, along with garam masala powder, a touch of turmeric powder, and last but not the least, red chili powder. Now again, this is not a very spicy curry. It's a subtle, velvety, rich, thick curry. Now to get that or to attain that, you need to have that balance between refined flour and stock or water. So do not goof up with the recipe, otherwise you'll get like a custardy sludge, which you're not looking at in this case. Let's stir this well and add in water or stock. Well, this water or stock is used for two purposes in this case. One is to ensure that the vegetables get cooked, and eventually the potato starch will also leach. The refined flour will also start thickening, and that's where you get that wonderful velvety curry. Allow this to cook on medium flame for 20 minutes. Stir this well and time to add in few more ingredients. तुम लोग बोलता है कितना करी बनाता है, कितना करी बनाता है. गेट करीड चैनल का नाम है, तो करी तो बनाएगा ही. करी भी बनाएगा, रायता भी बनाएगा, तिरामिसू भी बनाएगा, सब बनाएगा. लेकिन welcome to my world of curries. Let's add in salt. And just to get in that sweet paprika-like flavor, of course, I'm going to add in sweet paprika. And to accentuate the sweetness, I'm going to add in sugar. Well, you can also add in just a touch of soy sauce. That's a complete personal choice. Well, my mouth is already salivating. Let's stir this well and allow this to cook on medium flame for at least 20 minutes. While this is getting cooked, let's quickly move on to making the crisp breaded chicken. Let's do that. Let's give this a flip. Let's move the flames. To this, let's add in some oil. While the oil is getting heated up, let's quickly marinate the breast of chicken with a touch of salt and pepper, of course. Well, a marination as simple as salt and pepper, something that can never go wrong. Let's add in a beaten egg. But now, before adding the beaten egg, one very important critical step, and that is dredging this piece of breast with a little bit of flour so that the egg catches onto or latches onto the piece of breast. Otherwise, the egg will just slide off the piece of breast. Let's add in the beaten egg. And immediately, we're going to transfer this onto breadcrumbs. Dab this with the tip of your fingers and give this a gentle flip. Once a piece of chicken is breaded, we're done and ready to fry this. Let's shake the excess breadcrumbs off and transfer this in hot sizzling oil. Once this turns nice and golden brown on the bottom, let's give this a gentle flip and allow this to cook on the other side as well. Now, because this is chicken breast, it's not going to take a lot of time to cook. It's going to cook really in a jiffy. Do not overcook this because you do not want it stretchy, you do not want it fibrous. You want it nice, juicy and succulent from within and crisp, breaded on the outside. Remember this. While the chicken breast is getting cooked, do not forget that the stew is also getting cooked on the next burner. Let's scrape the sides, scrape the bottom and ensure that nothing sticks here and there. It's nice, velvety, if you see. And the potatoes and carrots are almost done. Another 2 minutes and we should be completely ready to serve the Donburi. The chicken breast is done and ready. Let's move this aside and let's have a quick check again on the stew. With this, our curry is done and ready. Off goes the flame. And now let's begin with the plating. The plating is very simple. All you need to do is take the breaded chicken and cut this into thick slices. Let's move this piece of chicken aside for now. And let's begin with the assembly, which is as simple as taking Japanese short grain rice, which is steamed and ready. Well, in case you cannot lay your hands on this, any short grain rice will work the magic for you. Well, this can be plated in multiple ways. I'm following a classic rule of half and half. The other half with the gravy, like I said. I'm going to pick the carrots now individually and place them like so. I'm adding in some nice crisp lettuce and along with this, some red cabbage. Try to make this as colorful and as exciting as you can. Finally, last but not the least, the piece of breaded fried chicken. With this, your Japanese style or Donburi style chicken katsu curry is done and ready. Make this for your family, make this for your friends and have fun. And also wait for more such exciting curries only on The Curry World. Bye for now.